Oh, hi, this video talks about the circumference of a circle. Now, circumference of a circle is actually the distance all around the circle. You can see this circle, the distance all around the circle is called a circumference, right? Because it's a circular distance, so we don't call it perimeter. But if we have a circular distance with a straight distance, then we will still call it perimeter, right? That won't be called a circumference. Today what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to calculate the circumference of a circle, right? Now in this case we have been given the diameter of a circle. Diameter is the distance from one edge to the other edge passing through the center. So we have been given diameter of a circle, okay, and we need to find the circumference of it. Now I have written down for your convenience the formula to calculate the circumference of a circle, which is C equals pi times diameter. Okay, so circumference of a circle is actually C equals pi times diameter. Alright, we know that the diameter value is 9, and we also know that the pi value is 3.142 up to 3 decimal places. Okay, so if I substitute these values in, if I put these values in, I will get 3.142 times 9. Okay, so I will need to use a calculator to find this, to work this out. So 3.142 multiplied by 9, which is equal to 28.278, right? So it's 28.278. Now if I round it, they will be rounded to 1 decimal place because it's in centimeters, and centimeters, our preferred rounding is 1 decimal place. Okay, which gives me 28.3 centimeters, right? If I look into second example, I have been given radius, right? I can either change circumference formula into radius, okay, or you can double the radius to make it a diameter. Now radius of 6 means diameter of 12, okay, because there are 2 radiuses in 1 diameter. Okay, we talked about this in our previous video, that your radius is the distance from edge to the center of the circle, okay, and diameter is actually a distance from edge to edge. So there are 2 radiuses in 1 diameter, so you have to double radius to find diameter, or you have to halve the diameter to find radius. Now we know that the radius of 6 means diameter of 12, so I must put the formula in, which is pi times d. Okay, cherry pies are delicious, so C equals pi d. Right, so that's one way of remembering this formula. Okay, so I sub values in now, so 3.142, so times it by 12 this time. So I need to use calculator to work it out. So it's 12 times 3.142, which is equal to 37.704. So it's 37.704. I must write my full answer down, and then after that I can round it to 1 decimal place, so it's 37.7 centimeters. So this is how we find the circumference of a circle when diameter or radius is given. Let's look at some problems which are associated with circumference of a circle. Now, a circle has a circumference of 60 centimeters. Find the radius of the circle. Now, if you look at the problem, we have been given circumference value, but we need to find the radius. Now, the formula we learned for circumference is C equals pi times d, right? Now we can only find diameter through it, but we learned that diameter is double the radius, right? So that means if we halve the diameter, we can find the radius value. Now what we do is we will first put down the formula, which is C equals pi times diameter, right? Now what's the value of C, or circumference? That's given, which is 60. Okay, and what is the value of pi? Is 3.142 times diameter. Now to find diameter, I need to divide both sides by 3.142. So if I divide 60 by 3.142, and on that side if I divide by 3.142, that will cancel out and that will make 1, and I'm left with D. Right, so what is 60 divided by 3.142? 60 shared by 3.142. That gives me 19.096. So if I write down that the diameter value is 19.096, so it's 19.096, right? So to find radius, I need to halve the diameter. So if I divide both sides by 2, okay, radius diameter will change to radius, okay, and 19.096 shared by 2 will give me 9.548. So if I write down 9.548, and if I round that to one decimal place, that will make 9.5 centimeters. So the radius of this circle would be 9.5 centimeters. You can follow this example again. Okay, it's quite an important example, right? Let's look at one more question related to this. A circle has a circumference of 40 centimeters. Find the area of the circumference. Okay, it should be find the area of the circle. Okay, so it should be find the area of the circle. So let me change this. It's a typing error. Right, a circle has a circumference of 40. Find the area of the circle. So what we need to look at is, because we need to find the area of a circle, we need to look at what do we actually need to find the area of a circle. If I look at the formula for area of a circle, that's pi times radius squared. So we need radius, don't we? Okay, so in this case we have been given circumference, so I'm going to follow my previous question, which is C equals pi times D. Okay, so circumference is given, which is 40, and pi value is 3.142 times it by diameter. So diameter is actually 40 divided by 3.142, right? So that's the diameter value, which is 40 shared by 3.142. So it's 40 divided by 3.142, and that gives me 12.73. So 12.73 is the diameter, okay, which means radius is half of that. Okay, so divide that by 2. Okay, so which is going to be about 6.35. Okay, so if I divide my answer by 2, that gives me 6.365. So 6.365 up to one decimal place is 6.4 centimeters. Now I need to apply the area formula to find area of a circle. So area is pi times radius squared, so it's going to be 3.142 times 6.4 squared. So what do I get then? So area of circle would be it's going to be 3, I think I should square first. So square of 6.4 would be times it by itself, 6.4 again, that gives me 40.96, and when I times it by pi value, which is 3.142, that makes it 128.69, right? So 128.69, which is 128.7 centimeters squared up to one decimal place. So this is how we find the area of a circle if circumference is given. We must work out radius first and then substitute the radius value to find the area. Okay, I hope this would have been useful. Thank you for watching.